Hi, this is Brad, and I'm going to be demonstrating to you an iPhone application called Drync Wine. Drync Wine is an application for the iPhone that allows you to remember and research wines that you enjoy while you're out and about. From the home screen, we click the drink icon, and the first thing you can do is find your wine. This is a search capability where you type your wine in, and Drync goes out and scours the internet, essentially, and comes back with the most relevant results. So I've typed in a Tuscan Chardonnay that I enjoyed with my wife, my co-founder Jody, and her husband Jamie in Tuscany a couple years ago when we first thought of the idea of Drync. As you can see, it came right back with a number of choices. The second one is actually the correct choice. I know that because I click on it and I can enlarge the label to make sure it's the right wine. On the wine detail page here, I see that it was rated 89 by a professional, and the average price on the market is $15. I can read reviews. I see a Wine Spectator review and a Wine Advocate review, both of which we pulled from a wine site on the web called Snooth. And I can review the details of the wine and save it to my virtual cellar. So this is the Add to Cellar page. I can verify the wine details, and I really enjoyed this wine, so I will rate it 4 out of 5. And I'll say I want it, and I drank it. And I'm going to add it to my cellar. So now you see I've got one wine in my cellar. Now let's go back and do another search. I've recently been reading Robert Parker's biography. Robert Parker is a worldwide wine expert that basically makes the market for wine now with his ratings. He's so influential. And he made his career in 1982 when he first reviewed the Bordeaux wines. While the rest of the world was lukewarm on the early tastings of these wines, Robert Parker felt they were off the charts, and he wrote about it extensively. And in fact, they were wonderful, wonderful wines. And he was right, and everybody picked him up as a columnist. So here I'll pull down the Chateau Margaux, which, as you can see, is extremely expensive. Very high rating, 95. And there are 11 reviews that we can look at for it. I'll add this one to my cellar as well. I haven't drank it, so I won't rate it, but I will say I want it. And let's put a tasting note in. Let's say Robert Parker recommends supposedly great with lasagna. That's what he said, right? Okay, now you can see in my virtual cellar I'm able to filter it by I drank this wine, I want the wine, and I own it. There's none that I own in there. So let's change that. Head back here, and I'm going to enter a wine that I actually own called the Ridge Santa Cruz Chardonnay. And that's a 2004. So again, it's going out, it's searching a bunch of websites, and it's pulling back the best results. And you can see we got a number of direct hits, 2 of which have the label, which is nice. And yep, that's the actual wine. I will add it to my virtual cellar. I own it, and so I'll indicate that with a rating. And this one is a solid fallback. Great with fish. As you can see, I'm not a wine expert. I'm your average wine drinker who's looking for a way to learn a little bit more about wines and remember the wines that I love. Okay, so I've got 3 wines in my cellar, and now I've got 1 in the I own category. These are all my wines. The last feature of Drync is quick notes. Quick notes are designed to either allow you to jot something very quickly without having to wait for a search, or make a note when there's no internet available. Quick notes are saved locally on the device, whereas your virtual cellar is stored on our servers. So let's just write in an example and add this quick note, and let's say, oh, the 1964, that was probably a super expensive year, one that I can never afford. And add a note, get this wine someday. Okay, and we save the quick note. It lands in the list of quick notes where we can pull it up at a later time, and we can actually perform a search and add it to our virtual cellar by pressing this blue button here. Drync is now going out, searching the internet, finding the best matches for this wine to enable you to add it to your virtual cellar. While it's searching, I'll tell you that we are presenting Drync tomorrow night in Boston at the Mobile Mondays event at the Omni Parker Hotel, 7 p.m. Hope you all come by. Now this, I'm adding the 1959 Chateau Lafite Rothschild. I guess it did not have the 64 that I requested. And if we look at this, we'll see that's a $1,000 wine. So again, I want it. Probably never get it, but I want it. And I'm saving the wine back to my cellar. So the last feature that I will call up is the purchasing feature. And basically on any wine detail page there is a buy from button. In this case we can buy this wine from wine.com. And so what happens when you click that is you get a notification that you are about to leave the Drync app, and we'll pull up Safari, take you to wine.com, to the exact page where you can purchase that wine. And voila! Here's the wine.com page where you can purchase the wine. And that's it, Drync Wine. I'm Brad Rosen. You can reach us at feedback@drync.com, and you can find Drync Wine on the App Store today.